Welcome to the Divine Platform. This is yours truly, the Literati. All I do is for the edification of the Most High and for the restoration of His kingdom. Thank you for joining me again as we go through this journey of restoring the kingdom of God. As always, as is the case here, we always start by definitions. So today I'll be talking about woke. What does that mean? People use that word so much. It's everywhere. Everybody's woke and they have something to say about it. What does that word mean? Where does it originate from? What is the inception of that word? Okay. Mainstream media says woke is a slang term that is easing into the mainstream from some varieties of a dialect called African American Vernacular English, sometimes called AAVE. Okay, and then they go on to define it according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, which is the one I use actually in all my definitions. I prefer to the Oxford dictionary. So it says it's a slang. I have to tell you, there are no slangs, there are no archaic or obsolete words. Once a word can or is spoken, a code is activated. Period. End of story. And that is why we need to be careful and sure of what we say when we speak. Okay, there's no slang. There's no archaic or obsolete words. All words are real words. If they can be spoken, if they've been spoken, they're real words. Also, let's look at this. This sounds to me like Yahweh or Yahweh, Ave. Yod, He, Va, He, Yahweh. So basically, the person who wrote this knows what they're doing. Somebody knows what they're doing. They're just not writing, okay? So how does this word come into existence? This is a slang dictionary. Woke means being conscious of racial discrimination in society and other forms of oppression and injustice. So figurative woke, being socially and politically awake, starts in emerging in Black English, at least by the 1940s. What is Black English, you know? When somebody says waking up is a damn sight than going to sleep, but will stay woke up longer. Okay, so it means well informed in Black English again. I want to know what Black English is. Then 1972 play about Marcus Garvey. I've been sleeping all my life, and now that Mr. Garvey, he talks about being awake. Okay, so that's what they have to say about it. But what is the definition of the word? There's a hierarchy to words and how they're used. The basic meaning of a word is how it is a noun. The noun is a word. Like in Swahili, kunena, nena, noun is a word. And all other words, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, are based on the noun, okay? And then the tenses, past, future, participle, all that are from the present tense, the noun. So in evaluating this definition, I want to look at this adjective. We just saw that in the previous screen, but I'm going to look at woke, the past tense being wake. So wake is the word I'm going to go for, and all these definitions are relevant and are applicable to what I'm going to say, but let's look at wake. It's the track left by a moving body, such as a ship, in a fluid such as water. Broadly, it means a track or path left, the aftermath. And remember, Earth as a ship, that was one of my first videos, okay, for a reason. So let's see what a wake looks like. So that's a cruise ship. That's the wake in its path. Okay. So that is what a wake is. Something is moving. There's a motion. Okay, let's look at this wake. This is up close and personal. It's waves. A wake creates waves. There's motion, there's movement. Okay. The opposite of this word or the antonym, the several. Sleep, like we've been asleep and now we are awake. Slumber, we were lulled into a slumber, lull. Hypnotize, we were hypnotized. I hear people say that all the time. We were hypnotized, but now we are waking up. That's the witchcraft. You gotta watch that video that I did on witchcraft. What it's all about, explaining what it is. We're mesmerized. We were risked. Okay. The synonym of wake is prophecy, information, and caution. There's many more, but I'm just going through them fast for the sake of time. Okay, so there's so many of them. You see, like I said, prophecy is a synonym here. Okay. Prophecy, predict, and the antonym is risk and imperil. If you have watched The Earth as a Ship and Karen Code Words, I show how the earth is a ship, and that through Sodom and Gomorrah, that code, it was attacked. Okay, earth as a ship. I haven't done part 3 yet, which talks about restoration, and it ties in with what I'm talking right now, actually, so I'll do that. And I don't get confused, because I normally say the earth is broken up and it needs to come back into one contiguous landmass. It all ties in with this, that the earth needs to get back moving. Okay, because from that attack, consciousness fell. We were anesthetized. We were put under. Okay, and now people are waking up. People are waking up. And the mainstream media normally has news that mimics or parallels what's happening in the real world. So I think about a year ago, they had this evergreen ship saying that it was stuck, I think, in the Suez Canal. And then this one too, it was stuck in the Suez Canal. There was more than one ship. So what I'm telling you is that they are mimicking what's going on in real life, okay? They just cannot make up stuff like this. They're trying to tap into that energy. So when Earth is attacked, in essence, we can say that it wasn't generating a wake, okay? So it was just idling, okay? And a boat that is idling and very slowly moving will only create the small churn generated by the motors and minimal waves off the hull. Okay, and then a large wake is plowing. It's the term used when a boat is not yet on plane but is moving above idle speed through the water. The effect is that a large amount of water is displaced, creating a very large wake. Generally, the larger the boat, the larger the wake when it is plowing. Okay, and people who do boating, normally you come through these signs: idle speed, no wake. You're not supposed to generate a wake, because maybe it's a residential area and it could flood the homes, and the noise too. Okay, it could be too high then, and it's noise pollution for residential areas. Okay, so I want us to look at this word idling. It sounds like idol worship. Is that when idol worship first starts? The earth is attacked, it's capsized, it's underwater. This is the dark ages, before you start getting into the bronze, iron, and all those other ages. So people have forgotten their God and they start idling. Okay? And if you watch, I don't think I've posted it yet. Maybe I will have posted it by the time I post this. But I talk about eidolons in the Antichrist part 3. What is an eidolon? In ancient Greek literature, an eidolon is what? It's an image, an idol, a doppelgangers, apparition, a phantom, a ghost. It's a spirit image of a living or dead person. a shade of phantom look-alike of the human form. Okay, so idling is when the idling begins, when these eidolons make it onto the ship, because the ship is encroached in the marine kingdom and it's not moving. It's these things start coming on, these creatures from the sea start coming on. Okay, let's go to another definition of wake. So here it's to be or remain awake, to remain awake on watch, especially over a corpse. Okay. So when Earth is this way, we are watching over the Earth in this state. It is in a diseased state. You know, when you visit a sick person and they're lying down, normally they're sitting or lying down when they're that ill, you are watching over them. You're standing over and watching over them. Okay? And we know that the earth is a living, breathing entity. So wake also ties into that. Okay? Awake generates a wave. So now the earth is moving, the seasons are changing, the times are changing. We are moving, we are generating a wave, okay? And I think that is why there's a big issue with this Sunshine Protection Act in the US. I think they're thinking of eliminating the daylight savings. I mean, time is just, they can't keep a hold of it. Sometimes, to me, 30 days seems to be done in like 2 weeks. Time has changed. They're desperately trying to hold on to the illusion of time. But time has changed, okay? Let's go back to watch, wake. No, so watch, wake, it's the same group of words, same class of words. So watch, the act of keeping awake to guard, protect, or attend. The state of being wakeful, awake of our body. So this is watch. These are kind of like synonyms. I want us to look at this. A portion of time during which a part of the ship's company is on duty. The part of a ship's company required to be on duty during a particular watch. So watch and wake are all the same, okay? So now, like I said, the earth is waking up and so are the people. Whatever happens to the earth happens to the people. So we are starting to generate some wave, okay? We are moving. Or you can say we are moving. We are moving. Spoken word is superior to written word. And that is the word magic. That is the witchcraft. When they take one word and just split it, that's splitting the atom, you know? So the earth is awake, it's moving. We are moving, okay? And what is this? Moving, also known as aniline purple and Perkins mauve, was one of the first synthetic dyes. It was discovered serendipitously, I can't say that word, in 1856, okay, while he was attempting to synthesize the phytochemical quinine or quinine for the treatment of malaria. Okay, mauve is the color, so this mauven, we are moving, comes from this mauve, the noun, which is a moderate purple, violet, or lilac color. It's a strong purple, okay? That's the color. It's almost like saying the purple skies are coming. I don't know how to say this. We are having purple skies appear because we are moving. Okay. And there's a lot more information about this mauve or mauve, and purple. But I want us to see this. This Tyrian purple may first have been used by the ancient Phoenicians as early as 1570 BC. It has been suggested that the name Phoenicia itself means land of purple. The dye was greatly prized in antiquity because the color did not easily fade, but instead became brighter with weathering and sunlight. It came in various shades, the most prized being that of black tinted clotted blood. This is such an odd comparison. Black tinted clotted blood. These are vampires. Okay? The color compound is 6,6. That's according to. Okay? So in nature, the snails use the secretion as part of their predatory behavior to sedate prey and as an antimicrobial lining on egg masses. This color was used to be, this mauve color used to be extracted from snails. Is it here? The color. Yeah. It is secreted by several species of predatory sea snails, okay, in the family Muricidae, rock snails originally known by the name murex. Okay, and I want us to see how it's predatory. The words they use should clue us in on what's happening, okay. Snails produce this color as a predatory behavior and also for protection. Okay? So it's a predatory dye, the Phoenician. You must watch Antichrist, the third part. This is the Sodom and the Gomorrah. This is the Squid Games. This is the Antichrist. This is the crustaceans. It doesn't matter how it comes to you, you must be able to see what is happening. It's in the fairy tales, it is in the geography books, it's in the history books. You gotta be able to make the connection no matter what, okay? This is a factorial and fractional universe, nothing new under the sun. What they're just doing is mimicking and mimicking and mimicking. So these are the skies, the original skies, and they're starting to appear everywhere. This is, I think, in Colorado, but it's been seen as more recent as Russia. So we are moving. So we're starting to see all these things. We are getting back to the right alignment, the right orientation. You're starting to face the right direction. So now we can perceive all these colors that are above us, okay? We don't see this because the media, which is the US corporation, it's a media corporation, controls what comes out, you know? So people don't know this is happening unless they search it out. In summary, I hope I've made sense. Like, we are woke because the earth is woke. The earth is moving. It's generating waves. The wake, this is the wake, you know, generating waves. That is how it is woke. It's restoring and moving up to speed, you know. So we are getting away from the idling, the idling. You know how the devil has work for idle hands? We're getting away from that, the idling and the eidolons. The eidolons are the ones who want to jab you with a purple ink, you know. We are literally woke. So this is a literal statement, but in this sense. But also we have the watchmen, the vanguards, all those, okay? We are woke and there's a lot of work to do. Luke 10:2 says, "Therefore said he unto them, The harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he would send forth laborers into this harvest." We have to get to work and do the job. That's why we have a lot of people coming online with the truth. The spirit is waking up. We are awake. What happens to the earth is exactly what happens to us. We cannot, like I said, we cannot operate without. Okay? So what I'm showing you is the signs. Genesis 1:14 says, "And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." Lights can be referred to as colors, okay? And now we sing the purple skies. Luke 21:25 says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring." Okay? So we are moving. It's like saying we are molting. We are changing. We are woke. Okay? That is what it means. We are moving. We are moving. We are poppling. Or we are peopling these places again. That's why there's a lot of people wanting to relocate. We are pupating. We are in the birth stage, the birth phase, the accouchements. We are going through the canal. Like, where is this? You know, when the Suez Canal, they keep on showing us this. That's exactly what's happening. We are going through the tight calcium channels. And I know people say there's hard times ahead. We are going through the birthing process, the labor. And we know labor is sometimes painful, but we need all the midwives to stand up, pay attention. We need to make sure that we birth this baby safely and easily, okay? We are creating new life. We are reinventing ourselves, okay? We need to detox. We need to stay healthy, okay? Let's not caught up in that Gomorrah experience again. I know it sounds gibberish, but I will explain in due course. And if you just stay tuned on this channel, you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Share, like, and subscribe. And please watch to the end for the educational activities I have for children. Remember, all is truth. There can only be truth. Everything else is a distraction. Do not be distracted. Thank you. Thank you.